The Macan continues to be an ongoing success story for Porsche. Since the most recent comprehensive update, the compact SUV has already been delivered to more than 47,000 customers around the world in the first half of 2019. And now the new top model is here. The new Macan Turbo takes the car a step further in every dimension. It is more powerful, faster, more agile, more connected, and the design too has been tightened up.
At the front, we have tried to make the nose of the car that little bit sharper, let's say even more expressive. We consciously did without some details and integrated the technically necessary elements in the car-colored area of the front part to achieve an even higher quality look. What is new is that here we have opened the middle lower air inlet to optically reach a maximum width. This makes the car even sportier in this area. And when it comes to emphasizing the width, we also made the dual front light units, which are the hallmarks of the Turbo, even wider, so that the car can demonstrate its presence on the road even better. The PDLS headlights are little high-tech machines. What we've done here is to turn the 4-point signature into a three-dimensional line that is drawn back towards the rear. The entire theme comes across in a more concise and more focused way, which gives the car a very determined look. Looking from behind, you see the roof spoiler, which is specific to the Turbo. We have used a multi-flow design, and only the Turbo has that. We even implemented a through flow from above, and we have integrated 2 vertical fins on the top, so that this roof element is very sporty in the way it is executed. Naturally, the Turbo has the prominent taillight strip, which all other Macan models also have. Here we also have a sports exhaust system with 2 twin tailpipes as standard.
A lot of thought goes into the design, and the materials are carefully crafted. That's typical of Porsche. The 18-way sports seats, the Alcantara roof lining and the brushed aluminium interior package are all standard features of the new Macan Turbo. The new comfort options include an ionizer, for example, which cleans the air inside the car, a heated windscreen, a smartphone compartment with an inductive charging function, and the GT Sport steering wheel that will be familiar from the 911. Normally, I always want to drive a Porsche myself, but there are some situations when that's not such fun anymore. Heavy traffic, for instance. For such occasions, we have upped the ante in terms of the driver assistance system to ease the burden on the driver, taking a step towards autonomous driving. We have combined the adaptive cruise control with the lane keeping assistant so that up to speeds of around 65 kilometers an hour, drivers now have the option of driving in moving traffic. That is, the car steers itself down the middle of the lane, and the distance to the car in front remains constant. All models of the Macan are factory fitted with the new Porsche communication management. This includes a 10.9-inch Full HD touchscreen display, online navigation, and intelligent voice control. On top of this, the Macan Turbo is equipped with the Bose surround sound system as a standard feature. But the real music is elsewhere.
The Turbo has a completely new engine. Basically, we already know it from the Cayenne S and the Panamera 4S, but it is completely new in the Macan. We're talking about a 2.9-litre, 6-cylinder bi-turbo engine with 440 PS and a torque of 550 Nm. We then took the engine, which is familiar from the S, and installed not just one turbocharger inside the inner V, but in fact 2 turbochargers in parallel.
This has the advantage that the exhaust has a much shorter distance to travel from the combustion chambers to the turbocharger. And of course that means the power is produced much more efficiently. But the responsiveness has also been significantly improved. In figures, it develops 40 more PS than its predecessor, which of course leads to significantly better road performance. It now accelerates to 100 km per hour in 4.3 seconds, 0.3 seconds less than its predecessor. And the top track speed is now 270 km an hour, 4 km an hour faster than its predecessor.
The road handling of a Porsche is defined not only via its exceptionally longitudinal dynamics, it's the corners that separate the wheat from the chaff. The extensively revised suspension and its new standard high-performance brakes underscore very nicely that the Macan Turbo is a sports car.
The suspension has always been the icing on the cake in the Macan. This widespread between comfort on the one hand and sportiness on the other, that's something you won't find in any other car in so concentrated a form. Also, the standard features include active suspension management, which allows us to select between a leisure and a sports setup. And all this can be further enhanced by the optional air suspension. Talking of air suspension, I should mention that the rolling piston has also been redesigned, giving us an even more harmonious early response. And the car performs even better on bad roads. We have completely revised the parameters of the suspension system. That is, both the adaptive steel suspension and the air suspension have been given a completely new setup, which responds even more sensitively. We have also intervened at the hardware level. The suspension forks, for example, are now made of aluminium, further reducing the weight of the suspension system, and that significantly improves its responsiveness. The standard setup includes so-called PSCB brakes, short for Porsche Surface Coated Brakes. These grey cast iron brakes have a special coating made of tungsten carbide. The advantage of this is that they have a higher coefficient of friction, meaning that the brakes respond more immediately. But it also has a number of other advantages. For one thing, the brakes have a very high quality and shiny surface, so surface rust is no longer an issue. They also emit much less brake dust, around 90% less in fact, which is good for the environment of course, but also for the driver, because you don't have to clean the wheel rims as often anymore. The Turbo drives and responds better than any other SUV. Its steering is very spontaneous. The seating position continues to be outstanding, and we have created an overall package that really provides the best road dynamics that can be achieved in this market segment.
More performance, more power, more comfort. The Macan Turbo once again underscores its special position as the sports car within its segment.